Welcome to the Cosmos Ecosystem News Roundup. Here are the top stories in Cosmos in the second half of December. Namada Shielded Expedition and RPGF drop updates. RPGF drop claim period extended, deadlines and key dates and phases about the upcoming Namada Shielded Expedition, and more. DYDX V4 updates. Several important updates in this episode about the trading rewards incentives, the 6 months launch incentives, and the overall great progress of DYDX V4. NEUTRON Validator Alignment. A proposal to better align and incentivize Cosmos Hub validators running the Neutron consumer chain. Learn all the details in this video. Focus sections about Osmosis, Secret Network, persistence, Juno, Stride, and crypto regulations and compliance updates with MME. All this and much more in this episode. And now for today's top stories. The Namada RPGF drop claim period has been extended until January 12th of 2024 at 9 a.m. UTC, from the previous deadline of the 28th of December of 2023. Remember also that the deadline to register for the Namada Shielded Expedition is the 2nd of January of 2024 at 9 a.m. UTC for both validators, called pilots, and users, called crew members. Then on the 4th of January, the 100 selected pilots will be announced, and pilots will have until the 11th of January, 9 a.m. UTC, to submit valid transactions to bond their stake at Genesis, and the Shielded Expedition Genesis file will be published on the 8th of January. Finally, on the 12th of January, the Anoma Foundation will propose the Shielded Expedition Genesis block files, and Genesis time will be the 16th hour of UTC on the 16th of January of 2024. Users that apply to participate in the Shielded Expedition should be familiar with command line tools. 2023 was a year of great growth for the Cosmos ecosystem and IBC, with IBC-enabled chains growing from around 50 in 2022 to almost 110 in 2023, representing over 100% growth. The Dimension mainnet is approaching, and this will bring the Internet of App-specific rollups, or roll apps, to the Internet of blockchains in Cosmos. Dimension facilitates the deployment of app-specific rollups and standardizes rollups with IBC, and this will further accelerate the growth of the interchain ecosystem. With thousands of roll apps deployed and around 1,000 listed on the portal, Dimension will accelerate the growth of Cosmos and IBC ecosystem. The DYDX chain cumulative trading volume reached over $5 billion in around a month after the full trading launch. Congrats! Chaos Labs also provided an update about the 6-month launch incentives program, which launched on the 28th of November, at the same time as staking and trading rewards. Over 1,500 traders so far earned points, and these rewards will be received retroactively. To ensure that traders benefit from tight spreads and minimize exchange risk, an allocation will also be given to market markers, and a total of over 800 MMs have participated so far. Chaos Labs also announced several trading seasons with randomized length to prevent volume spikes at seasons, ends, and more. The trading rewards, a constant C, increase on December 17th, and the third and final increase to 0.9 will be around January 10th. In parallel to this increase of rewards in V4, rewards have been decreased on V3, so this is expected to incentivize the trading volume migration further to V4, until most volume is happening on the new DYDX chain. The 5th on-chain governance proposal on the DYDX chain was approved to add the TIA market. The Neutron neutrality upgrade was completed successfully. This was an important upgrade since it completed the merge with Duality. This upgrade brings several advantages, such as leveraging Duality's hybrid order book to enable new dApps to be easily bootstrapped and avoiding fragmented liquidity. Also, developers are able to replicate stable, weighted, concentrated pools, and more. Duality combines the efficiency of AMMs and the flexibility of order books. The neutrality upgrade also updated Cosmos SDK from 0.45 to 0.47, updated the WASM module to v0.45, the token factory module integrated the global fee 1 module, and also enforced a setting of minimum gas prices between validators, amongst other features. For many months since Neutron joined the Cosmos Hub as a consumer chain, there were discussions about how to better align Neutron with the Cosmos Hub, and especially with the Cosmos Hub validators, given the negligible revenues from Neutron. A recent governance proposal migrated the unclaimed NTRN from the Neutron airdrop to the Cosmos Hub community pool. While there are still discussions about different ways to use these NTRN, one of the ideas has been already proposed for both Neutron and Cosmos Hub governance. This idea consists of allocating 10,000 NTRN vesting linearly during 1 year from the NTRN unclaimed from the airdrop to each Cosmos Hub validator in the active set to support with the cost of running Neutron and to better align and incentivize validators. In this proposal, it is also mentioned that there will be additional proposals to increase alignment of other current and future consumer chains, and more information about this will be released soon. To be eligible to receive the 10,000 NTRN, validators needed to be running Neutron nodes by the 31st of December. Those opting out with the soft opt-out feature will not be eligible. Since the NTRN will be vesting, validators who become inactive will have their NTRN reallocated or returned to the community pool. Tokens are allocated to Cosmos Hub operators running active nodes on Neutron. Operators whose nodes become inactive on Neutron will be reallocated or returned to the Cosmos Hub community pool, and this will be managed by a multi-sig. The ICF announced 2 new Foundation Council members, Josh Cincinnati and Maxime Monod. They will join the existing Foundation Council members Brian Crane, Ethan Buchman, and Fernando Pedone. Josh Cincinnati advises the CF Foundation, the Twilight Protocol, and the Penumbra Protocol, and also sits on the board of the Mina Foundation. Previously, Josh was a founding executive director at the Zcash Foundation. Maxime Monod was a head of innovation at a Swiss bank and CTO in various companies. The Atom Alignment Treasury proposal was approved on the Cosmos Hub. The AAT performs these functions in 3 different modules. Interchain account management to create and maintain accounts on consumer chains to perform transactions on these chains. Governance on consumer chains to monitor and clone critical proposals to the Cosmos Hub governance, so that the Cosmos Hub can also vote on consumer chains using its protocol-owned liquidity, or POL. And the 𝐂𝐤𝐿 system to make simple POL actions more efficiently and in fewer steps, as well as simplifying the governance process. The Builders Program hosted a conversation with several projects migrating from EVM to the interchain ecosystem, including DYDX, about the advantages and reasons for moving from Ethereum to Cosmos. There was also another virtual event with an AMA with DYDX's founder Antonio Giuliano. The volume and liquidity in Osmosis increased significantly in the last month of 2023, showing a major recovery. This increased volume led to higher value capture via taker fees, transaction fees, or the Proto-Rev module. For the last 2 months of 2023, the activity and volume on Osmosis accelerated and recovered to levels not seen since 2022. Also, a liquid staking protocol for Celestia, instead of relying on their own Layer 1 chain, it uses smart contracts on Osmosis. A previous Juno V16 upgrade disabled by error the front-running protection for the Skips Builder module. Proposal 327 has enabled now this front-running protection following the discovery of this error by restoring the original intended parameters of the V16 upgrade. There are many exciting upcoming updates on the persistence ecosystem. Firstly, the new P-Stake auto-compounding module is preparing for the STK DYDX launch, and also the STK XPRT Superfluid LP launch will happen soon. An even more decentralized P-Stake delegation strategy, a simpler and more efficient STK token integration into borrowing and lending platforms such as Mars or Nolus, and many other great developments. Instant LP unbonding for pools on Dexter was also announced, including for Atom, STK Atom, USDC, XPRT, and more. Moreover, with Proposal 61 passed, XPRT is now the default token for Dexter, meaning that ownership of the Dexter Vault and a multi-staking contract has been transferred to the governance admin contract. Furthermore, the STK Atom POL from the Cosmos Hub Proposal 853 was deployed on Astroport on Neutron. Stay tuned for the next exciting persistent updates. Shade Protocol was the first Cosmos DEX to launch Andromeda with trading of ANDR. The SHD/ANDR liquidity pool was also launched, and you can bridge ANDR to Secret Network and then swap ANDR for different assets. Andromeda is the first decentralized on-chain operating system called AOS. Among several advantages, AOS allows to reduce the development time from months to just minutes through the use of Andromeda digital objects, which are innovative tools to officially create and compose Web3 apps. Stride mentioned about potential Dimension DYM airdrop also for ST Atom with a snapshot the 19th of December. Dimension is expected to arrive soon, so stay tuned for further updates. Stride also mentioned that they presented a proposal to the Enoma Foundation so that ST Atom and ST Osmo holders can also receive the Namada NOM airdrop. In particular, the proposal is suggesting that when the claim period is finished, to allocate a small amount of unclaimed NOM to ST Atom and ST Osmo holders, and including also STK Atom. The proposal also suggests tokens provided as liquidity and more. IOSCO finalized its policy recommendations for the decentralized finance. IOSCO, International Organization of Securities Commissions, whose primary mission is to promote international cooperation in the field of financial supervision through the development of globally recognized standards, has finalized its decentralized finance, or DeFi policy recommendations, which were consulted on in September. DeFi policy recommendations are complementary to the policy recommendations for crypto and digital asset markets issued in last November. The primary objective of the 9 policy recommendations is to address market integrity and investor protection concerns related to DeFi. This includes promoting greater consistency in regulatory frameworks and strengthening oversight across member jurisdictions. The recommendations cover 6 key areas for regulators: understanding DeFi arrangement and structures, e.g. services activities, achieving common standards of regulatory outcomes, like best application of the existing or new legal framework in each country, identification and management of key risks, like cyber risks or market risks, clear, accurate, and comprehensive disclosures, like seeking out responsible persons, enforcement of applicable laws, like methods to obtain the appropriate data tools and expertise they will need to conduct investigatory and enforcement activities, and cross-border cooperation. Like regulators should consider bilateral and/or multilateral cooperation arrangements beyond the enforcement context. Having delivered these recommendations, IOSCO is now turning its focus to monitoring implementation, addressing capacity building, and providing technical assistance to its members. And that is all for today's Cosmic Ecosystem bi-weekly review. So if you enjoyed it, Cosmonauts, remember to click the like button, subscribe button, and bell icon too. If you are staking Atom, DYDX, or INJ, consider staking with us to support our research and video production. The links to stake with us are included below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you, Cosmonauts, very soon in the next episode.